Ready to go.
Okay, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher, and then we're going to go to Mark Weiser.
Hey, Coach. I guess just bottom line, first of all, what do y'all need to do this weekend to assure yourself a spot in the regionals?
Well, obviously we need to play really well. We're playing a very good team in Ole Miss, and we need to win this series. We need to find a way to score some runs against Nick Casey on Thursday night. I mean, he's one of the best guys not only in the league but in the country, and we just need to play all around good baseball. Need to play clean. Need to run the bases better. Need to have better at bats. All those things come into play, and we've played well these last 2 weekends at Arkansas and at Florida. Still haven't won the series, and now we're at home, and we need to continue to play well, but we need to find a way to win the series.
I want to ask you real quick about the walks. I mean, you look at the pitching this year. I mean, you're I think fifth in ERA, fourth best in opponents' batting average. Only giving up 46 home runs, but then the walks, they kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Just what's been what can you put your finger on anything, I guess, first of all, when it comes to that?
Well, Coach Kenny does not allow these guys to, ever take the easy route and just throw fastballs down the middle, no matter what. And he's going to make them pitch. And they learn that really quick when they come here in the fall. You better be able to throw a 2-0 changeup. You better be able to throw a 3-1 breaking ball to get really good hitters in the league out. And what you're seeing is a lot of young kids still learning how to do that. And as much as we've walked people, you look at the ERA, you look at the runs that we're giving up. Our pitchers have done a great job of getting out of some of the jams they've created. But really, it's Coach Kenny's philosophy to make sure these guys understand how to pitch. And if you just feed guys fastballs over and over, you're going to get a lot of balls hit really hard. And, so you can't be afraid of contact, but in the same sense, you got to learn how to pitch. So it's a little bit of a learning process. And, his philosophy is you're going to have to know how to pitch if you're going to pitch here. We're not just going to sit back and throw fastballs all the time, unless you're Ben Harris.
And just one quick final question. Mason Meadows, I know it's going to be senior day on Saturday. I know we've spoken about Mason before, but again, just kind of what he's meant to this program.
Yeah, Mason, man, he means a whole lot to everybody. And I got a special place in my heart for that kid. And, the injury, going back to the LSU game 2 years ago when he got injured, that was really tough to watch, and to see him bounce back and do everything that he's done. It's just remarkable. And he's such a great kid. He loves his team. He loves this university, and he's always worked. And that's the one thing. He's always worked. He's always stays positive. When you see a score run, he's the first guy out of the dugout. He's just Mr. Positive. The guys voted him a captain for a reason. And, I'm hoping this weekend we find a way to get him in there. He certainly deserves it. And, he's a great kid, a great teammate, and someone that I've really enjoyed coaching.
And just real quick, I'm sorry, on Conner and Riley for this weekend.
Yeah, still day to day. They're going to move around a little bit more today. Yesterday, they didn't take batting practice. They didn't do much at all at Georgia Tech, so they were not available. They both feel better today. I'm anticipating that they're going to play this weekend. We're going to move them around and practice today, and I'm hoping that they're both in the lineup tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott, obviously quick turnaround after a 14-inning game. What time did you guys get in this morning?
I pulled in the house around 1:30. So, we got back into Athens a little bit after 1. So, yeah, certainly a late night and a quick turnaround. So it's tough, but that's the way it is. So we just got to deal with it. We'll move around a little bit today, have a light practice today, and get ready for the weekend.
Obviously, you guys are finally going to get a chance to play before full capacity at Foley. What impact do you think that can have?
Well, it brings a lot of energy, and what we're hoping is that we have some fans that are starving to get outside and cheer and be loud. We need the atmosphere to really be in our favor, and we saw that at Arkansas 2 weeks ago. They had 10,000 plus every game, and just unbelievable energy that crowd gave, and I thought our kids really performed well in front of that, and we want that energy coming our way. So we're excited to have the stands full, and it is tough when you look up there and you see a bunch of empty seats, and our kids still. It really shouldn't change the game, but it does. I think we all know that home field advantage can be something that's really special, and we're going to need that this weekend.
What's the pitching plans for you guys?
we're going to start Luke Wagner, and Liam Sullivan is going to go game 2, and the dreaded TBA will be on Saturday. And basically what everybody's healthy. Well, we're just kind of waiting to see if we need to use Jonathan Cannon in relief. If we need to use Jaden Woods in relief, we'll do it. We're just trying to find a way to win this series. And if Jonathan Cannon doesn't pitch on Friday, he'll most likely start on Saturday. But he's ready to go. He was just in here and said, Coach, I'm ready to throw tomorrow. And we're not going to do that to him. Too quick of a turnaround. But he wants to go and help this team. But right now it's Wagner, Sullivan, and TBA, and we're going to do everything we can to win the series.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, next we're going to go to Jed, and then we're going to go to Davis.
Hey, Coach, you've said this year that you guys, you talk about RPI and strength of schedule, all that kind of stuff. With this final weekend here and you guys, firmly on that bubble, does this weekend sort of take on a postseason feel before the postseason for you guys?
Yeah, no question. And Ole Miss is playing for, seeding. They want to host. They want to be a number 1 seed. They want a higher seed in the SEC tournament. So both teams have a lot to play for. And for us, we win this series, we feel like we're in 14-16 in this league, the number 1 RPI league in the country, and where our RPI is and strength of schedule. I think we're in if we win this series. So that's what we've talked about, is doing everything we can to do that, to get ourselves into postseason. And we've got it, in our hands to do it at home. So I think for sure it should have a postseason feel, especially with the crowd now. We should, and I think the crowd will be pretty lively, just because some people haven't been to a sporting event in a long time, and this should be pretty fun.
And your coaching experience, when you have situations like this, how do you, when the guys know how important a series this is, how do you get them to, play up to the urgency of the occasion while also, not trying to do too much on the mound or at the plate?
Well, there's really not a whole lot you do. I mean, they know how much it means, and we can talk about it, till we're blue in the face, but they've got to step up and play the way they're capable of playing. And like we said, the last couple of weekends, we have played really well in tough places against really good teams on the road. Now we get to do it at home. So we just need to continue to play good baseball. But, as far as me giving a special pump up speech, I've done that before. And sometimes it's like, man, it's not like I didn't even say anything. And so they know what's at stake. We've got a lot of really high character kids on this team. These upperclassmen have been here before. So they'll be ready to play, and I'm not going to need to stoke the fire too much.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach, your second 14-inning game of the season. Would you like to see college baseball adopt the runner on second league and, rule in extra innings to speed up the games?
Well, when you lose, I'd say yes. Going 14 innings and losing is really tough. It's kind of like getting punched in the gut, because you're doing everything you can to win the game, and then you expend all the energy and you use your bullpen, and then you lose. And against Auburn, that Saturday night game against Auburn, it was really a gut punch to lose that game. When you play an extra inning game and it goes extended innings and you lose, it's tough. But you know what? That atmosphere last night was really cool to play in the Auburn game. The pressure of every single inning. I like baseball. I'm a traditionalist. I like baseball the way it is. I'm not in favor of just putting everything in the microwave and going as fast as we can, because that's what we're trying to do. Baseball is a game that really doesn't need to be changed much. And it's frustrating to see some people trying to change it to speed things up. Well, sometimes, good things can go slow too. So I think baseball has its own pace, and I would love to see it stay the way it is. And, we have the option in the league on getaway day to do it, on days when teams are traveling to do it. And I don't think it's been done yet in the league. In the non-conference games, we're allowed to do it if we agree to do it before the game. Hasn't even been brought up. No coach has even brought it up to me, and I haven't brought it up. So I would rather it just stay the way it is. But, I get it. It does add some excitement, but, I'm just more of a traditionalist.
And then Ole Miss's offense, obviously very strong as well. Do you think it'll, help your pitching staff that they've gone through Arkansas and Florida, the previous 2 series?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, every weekend you're seeing a really good offense. I mean, the Auburn, this offense reminds me a lot of Auburn's offense. Everybody in the lineup is pretty dangerous, and they're experienced. They got a bunch of old guys, and they lost their leader in Tim Elko. He'll still be here. He'll be available to pinch hit. I wouldn't be shocked if he DHs a game, but they're just a really, really solid offense, 1 through 9. Everybody can hit it out of the park. They got a couple guys that can steal some bases. And it's a dynamic offensive team. And on Thursday night, when Nikhazy's on the mound, it's a really good team. It's a top 5 team in the country for sure. And then their back end closer, Broadway's as good as anybody. Put them up with Cops from Arkansas and Ben Harris. With us, I put those 3 guys in a category by themselves.
Okay, next we're going to go to Ramin, and then we'll wrap up with Chip.
Hey, Coach, I'm sure you weren't thrilled to go 14 with a conference series starting quick on Thursday, but what is the bullpen availability looking like for Thursday's game?
It's going to be tough. Jack Gowan came in and threw, I think, 3 1/3 and was outstanding. And Nolan Crisp did a great job. He got into some jams, but got out of some jams. Hank Bearden, same thing. Those guys all got extended. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. We're going to have to look at that roster and maybe add a couple pitchers that normally haven't been on the roster to try to get through Thursday. And, that's going to be the challenge. When we look at Friday and Saturday, we're in good shape. Tomorrow, it's going to be tough. And again, you're facing Nikhazy. It's going to be tough to score some runs. It's going to be tough to keep them off the board. So we're going to need Luke Wagner to go out there and give us a good start. And, Michael Polk did not throw last night. So, it's Wagner and Polk will probably be 1 and 2. And if we have a lead, then, Ben Harris is healthy, and he was available to close last night. So if we had a lead, he was pitching the bottom. If he was going to pitch the bottom, the 9th, 10th, 11th, whatever, if we got the lead. But we weren't going to throw him in a tie game because he was only going 1. He threw twice over last weekend. So, but Benny is healthy and ready to go. Jaden Woods can throw in relief as well if we need him tomorrow night. But the first part of the game is going to be Wagner and Polk probably, and see where we are when we get to the back end.
And then we also talked earlier about the walks and your young pitchers working themselves out of jams. Do you at all buy into the philosophy that these high leverage innings tax a pitcher more than low stress situations?
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at a guy's pitch count, I've always say, people say 100 pitches is when starting pitchers come out of the game. Well, if he's at 100 pitches in the 8th inning, he's good to go because he's kind of been on cruise control and been relaxed and not a lot of traffic on bases. But if he throws 100 pitches in 5 innings, he's walking guys. He's got guys on base. He's from the stretch. So, yeah, I think it is taxing when you've got to pitch with guys in scoring position. You're throwing more off-speed pitches just in general. You're going to throw more breaking balls and more change-ups when there's guys in scoring position to keep hitters off balance. And, yeah, it does aid you as a pitcher to throw with runners in scoring position and traffic on the bases.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, you've answered most of my questions, and I appreciate that. Just wondering on just the Thursday, Friday thing with Liam going Friday, is that just wanting to keep him, exactly 1 week and in that spot as opposed to whipping him out right away to set up the series? Yeah,
new to the starting rotation. This is his 3rd start, and just he threw, I believe, close to 90 pitches 2 weeks in a row. And just making sure that he stays on schedule. And then it allows everybody else. If we start him on Thursday, then you're going to have to move Jaden up a day or Cannon up 2 days to do that. And also Nikhazy is so darn good on Thursday night. It's just one of those things that we just decided as a staff that we're going to keep Liam. And it's more for Liam just to keep him on schedule. And he's a young arm and just to try to keep him as healthy as possible and as strong as possible. But it also helps us on Saturday as well. So that's the decision we made and just try to keep everybody on schedule as much as possible.
In a perfect world, in a perfect season, you'd have 1, 2, 3 guys starting in the conference schedule all year long. I don't know how many different starting lineups you've had for conference schedule, but it seems like even just the little tweaks here and there that mathematically it might have been just about as many as you could have with this guy going on Sunday, but then in the next week he's going on Friday, vice versa. Is it? Have you had a season like this where you've had to kind of juggle your main staff so much?
I was thinking about that. I was walking down to the field. I can't believe that, we've had to piece it together like this. And Coach Kenny's done such a great job with his pitching staff, and the pitchers have all bought into it. And we have had to piece it together. And, here we are. We're getting a chance to go to postseason with 4 out of those 5 top guys on the depth chart from September aren't with us. And to be here right now, certainly would like to be in a little bit better shape. But I'm happy to be playing for something here this last weekend to get to the postseason. We're already in the SEC tournament for the 5th year in a row. but we need to get this team beyond the SEC tournament. And we've pieced it together. It has been difficult, but here we are, and we got a chance to play for something big this weekend.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yep, thanks.
We have time for 1 or 2 more questions. If anyone wants to jump in, if they have any remaining.
Yeah, Coach, speaking of the injuries, I'll get your opinion on this. The fact that, due to COVID last year, the season was cut short. There was no summer ball. Is that something you guys have thought about maybe kind of contributing some of these arm injuries, not just for y'all, but across the league as well?
Yeah, I think so. You look Major League Baseball. I just talked to the Braves team doc last night or 2 nights ago. It texted me. Actually, my imposter must have been at the Braves game because he said, "Hey, man, come down and see me. I hear you're at the game." I'm like, "No, that's not me." But we just started texting back and forth because I've got more guys in my training room. It's just amazing, the injuries. And I think it's across the board in every sport because everyone's workout regimen changed. Everyone's, diet changed because they're not here with the nutritionists. They're not here with the trainers. Everyone was doing stuff on their own, not playing summer baseball. Just everything was different. I don't think it's helped. I don't think, what the answer is exactly, but we've seen an uptick of injuries, and I think everybody else has as well. And it's just something that we've all got to get through.
Okay. That's all for today. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys.